Have you ever witnessed a parent completely embarrass themselves at a school meeting? I was a high school English teacher for 7 years before I transitioned into administration. During my first year as vice principal, we hosted a parent meeting about the senior prom dress code that would go down as one of the most chaotic and talked about moments in our district's history. It started off normal. We had sent out new guidelines that included a no exposed midriffs policy for prom attire. Most people assumed it would be a minor issue, maybe a few questions, a quick explanation, and then we'd all go home. But the moment we walked into the library, we realized we'd underestimated the reaction. Every chair was filled. Parents lined the back wall, some standing with crossed arms and tight expressions. Most voiced their opinions calmly, frustrated but respectful. They talked about outdated standards, body shaming, and the importance of letting students express themselves. Then Karen Winters stood up. Karen was already well known in our building. She was infamous for micromanaging her daughter Mia's life. She ran Mia's social media, handpicked her friends, and once emailed 4 different teachers demanding to see rubrics because Mia had received 2 A- in 1 week. She also had a habit of showing up at school unannounced, just to check in. That night, Karen walked to the front in 4-inch heels, designer jeans, and a rhinestone-studded top. Her phone was in one hand and she held a stack of printed photos in the other like she was preparing for a courtroom defense. "This dress code is ridiculous," she said loudly, turning in a slow circle to make sure everyone heard. "My Mia has worked hard for her abs. She's an athlete, a dancer, and she should be allowed to show off the results of her dedication." A few people murmured. Some laughed awkwardly. Karen raised her eyebrows dramatically, then lifted her own blouse halfway up her torso and said, "If I can do this at 43, why can't our daughters?" Silence. Utter silence. All you could hear was the buzz of the overhead lights and someone stifling a cough in the back row. Our principal, Dr. Chen, didn't flinch. He slowly set down his pen, folded his hands, and said in the calmest tone imaginable, "Thank you for that demonstration, Mrs. Winters." You'd think that would have been the end of it. It wasn't. Karen then began walking down the center aisle, holding out her phone like she was passing around evidence at a trial. "These are examples of perfectly appropriate dresses. Beautiful, classy, totally tasteful." She started swiping through photos of Mia wearing various outfits. Short dresses, crop tops, heels, posing in front of mirrors and backdrops. It was uncomfortable, but most people just nodded politely, trying not to make things worse. Then she landed on a photo she clearly hadn't meant to show. Mia was in a tight dress, sitting in a car, kissing a boy. Not just any boy. The same boy Karen had publicly banned her daughter from dating after declaring him a distraction from college prep. Karen froze. Her entire expression changed in an instant. She fumbled with the phone, quickly locked the screen, and sat back down without another word. She didn't speak again for the rest of the night. We somehow finished the meeting. Other parents shared valid points. The staff offered clarifications. The principal summarized our plan for revisiting the policy, but the energy in the room had shifted. Everyone was still thinking about that moment. By the next morning, word had spread. Students were calling her Abs Mom. Someone made a TikTok reenactment. A parody Instagram account popped up by noon. Mia didn't come to school for the rest of the week. She ended up transferring to a different district before prom.